All right, geometry. We are on the second part of our study guide. We went through the odds, now we're going through the evens. So to start out with, we're looking at number 2. It says games won. We want to find the ratio of games won to games played for the Tigers. So games won was 17, and then games played is 17 plus 12, which is 29. And that does not simplify, so that is our final answer. Okay, so looking at number 4, it says solve the following proportion. So to solve any proportion, we need to cross multiply. 6 times x plus 7 equals 7 times x plus 5. So I distribute both of those. I get 6x plus 42 equals 7 times x. 7 times 5 is 35. And so at this point, you can kind of solve any way you want. For me, I'm going to subtract the 6x over here to give me just x. And then on this side, I'm still going to subtract 35. So I end up with 7 equals x for number 4. We did number 5 in the odds, so make sure you're watching the odds videos if you haven't already. So the ratio of 2 side lengths of the triangle is given. AB to BC is 3 to 5. So 3 over 5 is AB to BC. So it's going to be 3x over 2x plus 3. And so to solve once again, I cross multiply. So I've got 5 times 3x is 15x. 3 times all that is 3 times 2x plus 3. So I distribute. I get 6x plus 9 and then 15x. So subtract 6x and I end up with 9x equals 9, which gives me x equals 1. And so to find the variable, that's all I did. And it doesn't say I need to find the side length, so we're good. So number 8, we actually did a little bit of that in class, but the perimeter of a rectangle is 64. So I need to add up the sides. Well, if the width and the length are 4 to 5, I don't know what they are, but I know they're proportional. So 4x plus 4x, because there's 2 widths, plus 5x plus 5x, since there's 2 lengths, equals 64. That's a perimeter. Okay, so when I combine those like terms together, I get 8 plus 10 is 18x equals 64. And so when I divide by 18, I get x equals 64 divided by 18. 64 divided by 18 is 3.55 or 3.56. And so to find the length and the width, I just plug it in 4 times that and 5 times that. So answer times 4, that's 14.2. And then 5 times that. So times 5 equals 17.8. And there is my length and my width. Okay, so for number 10, it's very, very similar. The measures of the angles of a triangle are the ratio 3, 4 to 5. So find the measure of the smallest angle. Well, again, the measures of the angle of a triangle are adding up to 180. So it'd be 3x plus 4x plus 5x equals 180. So when I add those together, I end up with 12x equals 180. And so when I divide by 12, I get x equals, 180 divided by 12, which is 15. Okay, so if x is 15, now I just plug it into the smallest angle, which is 3. So 3 times 15 is going to be 45 degrees. And there's my answer. All right. Now, this section here, we actually ended up doing on the odds. So if you need to watch that, go back to the odds video. And let's look at number 16. So find the measure of the indicated segment. Okay, we did one very similar to this on the odds. If I'm looking for JH, I can use that same thing. Okay, so JI over IF is 7 over 5 equals JH with it, which is X over HG, which is 5. And so now I go ahead and cross multiply. Now, I didn't just make that up. This is the proportion they gave me. So that's 5x equals 35. And I get x equals 7. And so for this section here, we have similar polygons, and we want to say if they are similar and if we can tell that from the picture. So for number 18, I have 107 and 73. Now, if you look at the sides, already I can kind of tell the sides are not proportional, and I can kind of tell these angles are not necessarily going to be the same. Okay, so if you look at the top, 9 and 18 are not going to be the same as 15 and 27, because 9 over 18 gives us 1/2, where 15 over 27 gives us 5 over 9. So not the same. So 18 is not similar. Okay. And so for these two evens, it says determine whether the triangles are similar and what statement proves that. So for number 20, remember our three things are angle, angle, side, 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 and side, angle, side. And so in this case, I've got angles, so there's that, and then we've got two sides. So 8 is the smaller one, 28 is the smaller one. So if I divide by 4, I get 2 over 7. And then same thing here, 14 over 49. Well, if I divide by 7, I get 2 over 7 there. And so those are similar because the two sides are proportional and the angle between them is equal. Okay, so triangle MLV is similar to triangle TUV by side angle side similarity. Okay, so in the same way, I'm looking at 22. There's no angles here, so I'm looking for side, side, side here. So I'm going to take the smallest one with the smallest one. Okay, 12 over 6, clearly that reduces to 2 over 1. Okay, so this next smallest, 18 over 9. 18 over 9 is again 2. And then finally, 20 over 10. 20 over 10 is also 2. So those are similar. Now, here's the tough part, is getting the correct order. Okay, so I'm going to start with the largest side. So I've got U, V, T. Similar to triangle. And then the biggest one is L and M, K. And that is the case by side, side, side similarity. So again, the order does matter. So pay close attention to what the order you're listing in. Okay, and then finally, so number 23, we said the scale factor was 24/18, which reduces to 4/3 because you divide by 6. So that being said, to find EF, I need to go ahead and use it with 20 and whatever EF is. So 4/3 equals 20/x. And now we go ahead and say, okay, well, 4 times x equals 3 times 20 is 60. Divide by 4, x equals 15. So EF is 15. Okay. And so we get to our last page, starting with 26, and it turns out that 26 doesn't have the picture that it claims to have. So there's really no way to do 26 without a picture. Okay. Yeah, because we wouldn't know where x and y even are since the picture's not there. So let's look at 28 now. So 28, we've got, these two are similar. So I've got x in here, and then 15 goes with 9. So 15/9 actually reduces to, divide by 3, we get 5/3. So 5/3 equals 14/x. So cross multiply, 5x equals 3 times 14, which is 42. Divide by 5, and we get x equals, that'd be 8 point something. 42 divided by 5. 8.4. And there's x. We're going to use that same scale factor, 5/3, to find y. So 5/3 equals 27/y. So 5 times y equals 3 times 27. I don't know what that is. 3 times 27 is 81. And once again, I divide by 5, I get y equals 81 divided by 5, get 16.2. And there we go. There's 28. So our last even, number 30. This is a theorem we didn't really get to talk about, but when we look at these are similar triangles because of those parallel lines. So when you look at this, 21 goes with that whole side. So it'd be 21/28 is equal to x/20. And so when I cross multiply, I get 20x equals 420. So I divide by 28, I get x equals 420 divided by 28, you got 15. Okay, so solve each proportion for the missing variables and show the original proportion. And we did. So that's the evens. Again, you need to make sure to finish the odds and evens and turn that in the day of the test. And let me know if you have questions. Peace.